Hi, my name is Yutaka. Welcome to my channel. I like to talk all things TV and film, and today I'm pretty excited to talk to you about the first 5 episodes of Pretty Little Liars Season 2 Original Sin Summer School. I don't know what that was, but we're going to go with it. Following the harrowing events of Pretty Little Liars Original Sin, our Pretty Little Liars face a fate worse than death. And for teens, this is true. Summer school. Have any of you ever been to summer school? It's not fun. Um, However, Millwood High isn't the only thing getting in the way of their summer fun jobs and new dreamy love interests. A new villain who may or may not have a connection to A has come to town and is going to put them all to the test. So I'm going to tell you right now, right off the gate, episode 1, it's a freaking bloodbath. And I mean, it moves quick and it moves fast and it moves hard. And I kind of like that. Now, mind you, it literally picks up after season 1. So you do get some resolution from Archie in a sense. Um, However, that again, like stated, not the main villain so far this season. We have the Bloody Rose Waters. Now, we don't know who they are and if it's in fact the real Rose Waters, but we do know they're there to terrorize these young teens. And at first, I was unsure in how I was going to enjoy this villain, but from what I've seen in the first 5 episodes, they are putting them through these tests to are you going to survive? It's almost like what makes a final girl? Seriously, you've got some who have to do endurance tests, strength test, then you've got mental acuity. It's really interesting how when it comes to these young teens, because also you have to understand they are now they're seeing a therapist, Dr. Annie Sullivan, who some may know from the original seasons. Um, I will be honest, I have not seen those shows, but I understand and respect that. However, also, that's one of the great things about Pretty Little Liars Original Sin is if you have not seen the series, you might miss out on Easter eggs, but it's still an entirely new story. So you could jump right in. So there's no, oh my gosh, I've got to sit through 7 seasons. Heck no. Hop on in. Seriously, the other thing, it's such a love letter to horror, to slashers. I will say about the therapist, still, I love Annabeth Gish. So I really enjoy her. And she gets sometimes either there's group therapy or there's one-on-one therapy. And of course, I think there are certain red herrings to throw certain new characters all as suspects. So I like that. And I'm hoping for me that who I think is an obvious suspect turns out just to be that, just a red herring, nothing truly into that. But I do enjoy seeing how these girls they level up in the sense of where they were from last season. Some for the good and some for the worse. You've got Imogen, who's kind of spiraling out mentally. She's struggling with the trauma that she experienced. She's going through the loss of having to give her child away. It's very interesting to see how she is going through, how she's making it through these first 5 episodes. Meanwhile, you've got Tabby, who has to deal with an unfortunate setback for her short film. And so instead, she's got to look at another way to get her voice heard and to get a film out there. And Zaria, or I'm sorry, Farron. Farron, well, she's not about she doesn't want to be caught off guard. So she is really pushing it to the max. She wants them to know that she's ready. She can take it. It's what she's been waiting her whole life for this kind of thing. But just because you've been preparing, bulking up, doesn't mean you're ready to take on Bloody Rose Waters. I don't know. And then, of course, you've got our lovely Mouse. Now, she is probably so far my favorite of the season because her and Ash are seriously couple goals. Seriously. She's kind of fallen into a deep rut of going on to like a dark website that kind of is only enhancing the lore of Bloody Red Waters. And it's very interesting because she's trying to break away from that, but somehow that website, Spooky Spaghetti, continues to integrate back into her life. And then, of course, you've got, um, well, Noah. Noah is just trying to also get through summer. She's got her and her boy until, well, until somebody else new rolls into town. Somebody new that she has history with. And thus, we kind of have a love triangle. And yay, I love a little messiness. I seriously do. And lastly, I'm just going to tell you, this would be my biggest letdown of the season so far. And that is what they do with Kelly's character. So while you've got the other girls who are in summer school and they're still connected, Kelly is her storyline is completely separate and she's going to like redemption church because obviously, religion plays a huge part, but it takes her away from the girls. And so you've got these two storylines that I'm sure will eventually meet up. But in the beginning, it's still kind of like, where are we going with this? I need to see a little bit more. And so I'm a little like, that's kind of for me, that's like maybe a negative. However, I still have a lot of fun with these first five episodes. It's an ode to so many horror films before it. And I love just spotting all the little things. You may even hear a certain song that might reference another certain scary movie. I don't know what that could be, but it's a pretty popular song. And when you hear it, you're like, oh, you know? And I think one of the great things about this season is, well, one of the things I'm very happy is that this show is on a series like Mac or station like Max because they can go a little bit harder when it comes to the violence, the language. And I say that because sometimes you see these like teen soaps and I'm like, teens don't talk like that. Now, some of the dialogue in this, I'm also like, teens don't constantly just throw out movie titles and that's your quote. I don't know. However, it sometimes works and it's sometimes humorous. So again, I was so happy to get back into this world that I just was ready to fully embrace some of that. I don't think anything is truly like this huge negative to where it's like, I'm not going to finish it. No, 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 no. I want to finish it because I want to know who is Bloody Rosewater. And in fact, I still want to know what Archie looks like. It's very interesting what they're doing this season because on one hand, their previous tormentor, there's still a lot of unknowns. And now you've got a new one who is somewhat toying with the girls, putting them through tests, still like, but still, when I say putting them through tests, you need to know these are dangerous tests. So if you fail, you die, kind of thing. And I do love that there is a scene where they all band together and it's kind of cool and kind of grotesque when somebody has to as a group they decide they're going to help stitch somebody up and it is they don't waste any time with that. They really don't. And I think again, the trauma bonding here is massive. But I do think that throughout the first five episodes, you start to see that they start to be like, okay, we're final girls. We got to be smart about this. And so they start making a pact. They've got things to do, but like all shows, sometimes somebody might do something to break the pact. Not in a devious way, but maybe to maybe just do some research on their own. And lastly, I will say I did like this element in this first five episodes is you also get to see a little bit more family life when it comes to say Mouse and Imogen, specifically Mouse as she's going through something more devastating at home. And I do like that because meanwhile she's worried about she's worried about her life. Now she's got to worry about a loved one too. I really, really enjoyed this season. I had a lot of fun. I can't wait to see the final episodes. So if you're going to ask me, based off the first five episodes, I'm going to give this compared to the first season too. Now, I would give this a 4 out of 5. Seriously. And I'll tell you why. Again, I think the cast does a great job. The chemistry is off the charts. I do think some of the writing is slick. I think it's got some good scares. Also, whoever did the soundtrack, yes, love, keep that. Seriously, I really do enjoy that. Um, And then Mouse and Ash, couple goals. I like the introduction of Anne Sullivan. I think I said Annie Sullivan, thinking Misery. But anyways, I do like the addition of Dr. Sullivan this season because that brings out a new layer in these girls as she continues to give them therapy sessions again, whether it be group or solo. And so we get to dive deeper into this trauma. And I really like them bringing that up. So it's not so much that they've survived, we're hard. No, they're still somewhat broken and they're still just trying to get back to normal life. And I appreciate that. And then you've got the whole summer setting. So it's them just wanting to, it's summertime. You're a teenager. So they want to get fun jobs. And summer school's kind of coming into crapping on it. But it still all works well. Again, I'll say the part where it doesn't work would be the Kelly storyline. I'm hoping that wraps around. Also, because I like that character. And I think, there is still that friendship. They were all bonded by this. Well, I would say there's somewhat of a friendship. I would say they were bonded by that trauma. So let's use that. The idea of just keeping her so separate, I don't know if it works just yet. Again, I haven't seen the final few episodes, just going off the first five. But either way, yeah, I would give this a 4 out of 5. I would suggest watching it. This starts Thursday night, 2 episode premiere, and then it'll go to weekly after that. And I'm going to be honest, the way they end some of the episodes, you're going to be a little mad because it makes you you're already going to be like, I'm ready for next week. But that's a good TV show then. Keeps you coming back for more. And I would say Pretty Little Liars Original Sin Season 2 will do that for you. So my name is Utaka. If you liked this review, please give it a like down below. Make a comment. Let me know, who are you excited to see come back? What do you think? Who do you think Bloody Rosewater is? Let's talk. No spoilers, because this is a non-spoiler review. Maybe, just maybe, we might be doing some spoiler reviews afterwards. But until next time, y'all, bye.